This is the Gamer CJ podcast on Podbean and Spotify. I'm going to turn my fan off actually because I'm in my room right now and I just don't want any restricted audio. I'm going to be reviewing Judas Priest's new album, Invisible Shield. This is actually the 2-week anniversary of the album, um, and I'll be honest with you. This is an album that I absolutely adore and love. I am going to be reviewing the Spotify Deluxe Edition. Basically, I was every morning I've been getting up and been listening to the title track Invisible Shield. But right now, we are actually going to start with with actually one of the singles, Panic Attack. Panic Attack just has that classic Priest sound. It's an amazing track. I mean, this whole album, there aren't any tracks I could just sit through with any album I love. There are going to be tracks that I'm absolutely just going to be, okay, well, I don't want to listen to that. Panic Attack, though, I heard that before. It's like the lead singer. It's like Firepower from the previous record, Firepower. It has that just anthemic, Panic Attack, Distillation, Panic Attack. It just has that. It has the painkiller feel, and while I do love Painkiller as the record as an album, this is one of the first sort of tracks. I think this was the first single that was released. I listened to it. I loved it. It's an amazing track. It gives me extreme Painkiller vibes. Serpent and the King, another track. Like I said, I'm not really a big fan of it. It's a good song. Not one of those ones that I'm just going to be like, okay, you know what I mean? It's not like one of those tracks, where I'm going to sit there. It kind of builds on the strength of the first single. I know this was a single. If I look in my Spotify history, I know everyone's like, oh, well, you don't know. Like, I was listening to this earlier. Actually, yeah, I was listening to most of the album earlier, obviously, but let me see if I can find it. I know it's saved here, but I've been listening to a lot of Priest lately. They actually made a playlist on my Spotify that is my favorite Judas Priest songs from like the previous couple albums. Most of the songs on this new Judas Priest album are my favorite, but if I had to choose, it would have to be this one. Serpent and the King. That's like an album, so it's got Serpent and the King, Crown of Horns, one of my favorites. Trial by Fire, one of my favorites. Serpent and the King. It's not. It's a little too. That's one of the songs on the album I'm not too partial with. I do enjoy it, but it just doesn't. I haven't really been into it. I do like the guitars and I like the chorus. Halford. This dude's 72 years old. He's still putting. He doesn't sound like he did in the 80s, but I feel like his voice is getting stronger. And it shows that they say, oh, well, like gods never die. Well, Rob Halford, in my opinion, he might sing until he's 90. I don't think he's going to lose that voice. I really don't. I really don't. But Serpent and the King, it's an okay track. Not my favorite. Still good. But we get into the song I was actually listening to earlier. Now, when I first started listening to the album, there were two songs that I got into. It was Devil in Disguise and Gates of Hell. But Invisible Shield, I was listening to that earlier when I was listening to the video. I don't know what it is, but so I listen to a lot of speed metal, and a lot of speed metal, when you're doing fast guitar, has like a bluesy. It has like a bluesy riff to it. So when the chorus goes, it's invisible. Dun, 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 dun. So it's weird because you guys would never expect this. I'm a big Merciful Fate fan. Musically, they sound a lot like Priest. When I listen to this song, it sounds like Merciful Fate. It sounds like all the bands that they've influenced. But this song also sounds like it's on Painkiller too. It sounds like Invisible Shield. It's a title track. One of my favorite tracks on this record. One of the best. It has that old school flavor. You know, it's speed metal, but it's got traditional bluesy speed metal riffing, and I love it. The chorus, like the main riff, is just the best. Like I said, you know, dun 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 dun, invincible, and then today invincible, and nothing can stand in our way. Invincible shield, you know, that kind of stuff. And that is, if I had to choose all my favorite songs on the album, Panic, like I said before about Serpent and the King. It doesn't put me back. It doesn't want me to listen to the song more, because, like I said, now we're getting into the songs These are the songs I'll listen to on the album. You know, a lot. Like, these are the songs that, if you looked at my Spotify library, these would probably be my top 5 and top 10, like, of the month already. So yeah, basically we have Devil in Disguise. You know what this sounds like to me? Metal Gods. Because it's got that, Metal Gods, it has that, the marshy kind of riff. But it's different. It's, Devil in Disguise. Yeah, Devil in Disguise. Lyric wise, great track. Like I said, I was listening to that before I put the review, and I was like, might as well do it now. Skies. It's bluesy, very rockish. See, what I found with this album is it's a crossover in the sense that Richie brings a lot of power metal chords, but remember, you still have Glenn. So, and I'm talking from a pure fan experience. Like, I love Priest. Even though I'm 30, I've listened to all their music multiple times, so I kind of get, like, especially, this album, when they say Priest is back, it's back. Devil in Disguise, it gives like an old school energy without it. Like, it just has that Devil in Disguise, it has the, like I said, it brings back a lot of like early 80s Priest vibes to me. Like, mostly in the song Metal Gods. Because it's got I don't know how to say it. I'm a music nerd. I don't know what that is. Like the like the like the hi hat roll kind of thing. And the double bass, but and it goes into Gates of Hell. Once again, another great track. Before I started listening to Invisible Shield, these two tracks, I could listen to them over and over again. Because one of them was kind of a rocker song, and then Gates of Hell was amazing. I'll tell you, Gates of Hell, and this was, I don't know, was this a single? I'm trying to look. It's weird because like when I first get up, like it's like I can't remember. And it's weird because a lot of the podcasts I do are off the cuff. Not necessarily I have to write everything down. That's why I would love to have guests with people. So if anyone's listening to this and want to come on my podcast and just talk about music, life, you know, you're more than welcome to. Uh, Definitely. Um, Geez, man. On my Spotify, you know what I mean? I don't listen to only metal. I listen to a bunch of stuff. Metal is just metal, old school dance pop, vaporwave. That's on my radar. I'm gonna have to do a review of vaporwave music, but not for the current time. See, now I can't find what I was looking for. Oh yeah, okay. No, so on the Serpent and the King, which is which is like the single. Unfortunately, that is not. I'm looking at the different single. No, 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 no. See, so these unfortunately are not the singles. Um, Gates of Hell, though, it's a much more heavier song in comparison to a song like. Oh, sorry. Um, a song like Devil in Disguise. Sorry, I was just playing music in the background. Sorry, I'm just on Spotify. Basically, you know what I mean. Basically, it's got that party attitude to it. Devil in Disguise is not like that. For instance, but Devil in Disguise, but Gates in Hell, like that. Gates of Hell. That's just it's a great song. Like I said, I'm gonna have to listen to it again, but anthemic, powerful. I love it. Crown of Horns. It basically like talks about the spirit of metal. Heavy is like the crown of horns. Heavy like a crown of horns. In a very anthemic sort of song. Um, Basically heavy metal, and just like I said, the spirit of it is very, 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 very good, and I love it. I have nothing else to say. It's just a wonderful song. God's my witness. As God is my witness, there'll be hell to pay. God is my witness to the end of days. It's got that. This song is intense, similar to Invincible Shield, similar to the title track. Just boom. That's why I love those two songs the most. The energy. I usually, when songs have a lot of energy, those are more memorable to me. No offense to any of the non-energetic songs, but this one I listen to a lot. Not necessarily because I'm um, trying to start my day with Invisible Shield because I love that song, but the more times I listen to the album, I just I want to listen to those. I want to find those upbeat songs because, like I said, it's a mixed bag. It's kind of rock, it's kind of metal, It's kind of in between of what I want for what I want for Priest, and in their older age, I don't think I mean, they don't have nothing else to prove. I mean, they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, I mean, to me, they're the quintessential heavy metal band after Sabbath. So, but still be able to put songs like this, like Escape from Reality, just it or sorry, as God's my witness. Sorry, as God's my witness. Sorry, not Escape from Reality. That's coming up. But songs like that still have the energy and sounds like something like Painkiller, something from like almost 35 years ago. That it's insane. It literally is. I mean, this song just exemplifies it that with Priest, you can pretty much have everything. Sometimes, they might do a slow ballad or something, it doesn't really matter. It shouldn't bother you. I mean, if you're a fan of their music, I mean, you don't expect it to, so be heavy all the time. One of my favorite areas of Priest is Turbo. So, like, obviously, for this song, of course you're going to have one of those heavier songs that Scott can use his double bass. The difference between Scott and Dave Holland, Scott's more versatile, and I love Scott. This song is so good on it. Trial by Fire, another good single. By Fire, it's just like one of those. It's a modern metal classic. It really is. And I don't listen to too much modern metal if it is by a band like Judas Priest, or it's by a band like I absolutely love, like a band like those kind of bands. That I know what to expect from them, and I don't expect anything different. Straightforward, nothing intricate, just pounding in your face, which I think something Iron Maiden should do. Instead of going big epic, they should just stick to being simplified. And I love Iron Maiden, but I know why this is the best. Trial by Fire, simple, powerful, amazing song. I have nothing else to say about that. Sons of Thunder, oh my goodness, great song. It's been a while since I listened to this, but from what I can gather from it, I think it's more of a ballad, more of a slower song. It does have the acoustic guitar in it. It's amazing, man. See, I'm a big music fanatic, but I don't write down lists. It just comes from here, and I just spew it out. I was talking to my friend about that. I do Taekwondo. His name Dave. Shout out to Dave. He told me that when I do these reviews, I should be more descriptive. I don't really know what to say. I mean, I could just say, okay, this whole album's good and call it a day, but I don't want to do that. Basically, Sons of Thunder, slower song, heavy, but then we hit Giants in the Sky. Now, I remember Rob Halford specifically talking about this song. Basically, this is about all of the fallen metal heroes, Dio, Lemmy, and I feel it. I feel it because I used to love Dio. I wasn't into Motorhead until maybe 2000. Maybe it was 2022. I started getting into Motorhead, and Lemmy people might not be like, oh well, they don't play heavy metal. He's like, they don't play heavy metal. I don't know. I get what Motorhead was doing. I mean, they were just loud and abrasive and heavy and heavy. I mean, heavy music. But basically, they don't mention, giving, it's paying tribute to those fallen metal heroes. And it's just an amazing song. And I think that it's a good end to the standard edition. However, this is kind of, I am going to do the extra tracks because that's what I've been listening to on Spotify. The last, I mean, Johnson Sky is great, but then you get into Fight for Your Life, which is one of there's 3 bonus tracks. Fight for Your Life, Vicious Cycle, and The Lodger. Fight for Your Life, that's a great song. Like I said, I've been only listening to a few tracks to give a extensive review. But Fight for Your Life, that's, I don't know, it just has a mid-tempo, it's very just enjoyable to listen to. Vicious Cycle, that's kind of a ballady song, but The Lodger, I only like the chorus. Like I said, the bonus tracks are bonus tracks. Unless they do something where they introduce new singles. But, I mean, the edition I have on Spotify, right? This one, it has 14 songs in an hour and 13 minutes. So they take those off, it's like 50-something minutes. But overall, I mean, the album is great. I enjoyed Painkiller, but this is an amazing album. And what's weird is that this is their best-selling album since British Steel, which to me, I don't know how. Because British Steel is a commercial album in my opinion. Why it took this long for them to finally be like, hey, we got all these fans, shows me that it's a contrast to different eras. 1980, it wasn't, heavy metal, it wasn't as extreme. I mean, you had, 1980, there were some good metal albums and good rock albums. You had AC/DC, Back in Black, Saxon, forgot the name of that album. 1988 album by Saxon. Was it Denim and Leather? I think that might have been Denim and Leather. You had Iron Maiden debut. Okay, now I can't think of any more. But yeah, those albums coming out, and then to now where, Bruce Dickinson comes out with the solo album, Saxon comes out with the new album, and all these albums sort of coming together, and yet that is the highest charting Priest album since British Steel, and you had so many eras in between then. You had their glam metal record, and that's surprising. I mean, Turbo didn't really suffice, sell with all the dominant, with all the main Priest, since I'm a fan of most of the music, I can listen to all of it. Like I said, I still gotta listen to Notre Dame, which are few songs there. Angel Retribution, which I'll probably listen to. Firepower, first time I saw them live in 2018. Love those songs. But then we get here, and the majority of the songs in the album I could just listen to and just be like, wow. Bonus tracks, like I said, Lodger's good, Vicious Cycle not very good. I might come back to review this again in the end of the year, but like I said, good album by Priest. The Priest is back, but guess what? They never left. How should I put it? I don't know how to say it. I'm a big gamer, Pac-Man fan, right? People said Pac is back, but he never left. The Priest is back, but they technically never left. Alright, well, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. I'll talk to you guys in the next I'll talk to you guys in the next podcast. Please let me know. Email me, contact me. Um, Let me know if you want to be on my podcast, talk about music, whatever. Talk to me in person. All right. Well, have a good Friday. Bye.